Welcome back. All right, look, it sounds simple, right? You know the drill. Save your money, stick to a budget, have an emergency fund.
We get that advice all the time, but do we really stick to it? Steve Siebold and Tom Matthews are the authors of How Money Works. Stop being a sucker. Welcome to First Coast Living.
Thank you.
So glad to have you guys here. Yes, I'm especially glad because I need some advice. Now, before we dive into all that, I'm actually really curious. What made you two want to write this book?
Well, first of all, I can't believe we're on set with Jacksonville. This is awesome. Our lives are made, man. This is cool.
This is amazing.
If that earned me money, just that, I'd be okay.
Well, we decided that financial literacy is such a big deal in this country. I mean, most people have never been really taught how money works. And so we wanted to write a book that an average 14-year-old kid could read and actually understand in about an hour. And I think we accomplished it.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you touch on, and I think this is interesting because a lot of people look at money as a negative construct because obviously the bills and everything. But you say money is your friend.
It's your friend, but you just have to know how it works. And since it's not taught in schools, you need something, some kind of a way to get that education. And without it, you could be a sucker.
So is that really the first step, is educating yourself?
It is.
All right, so let's talk about, you have suckers in your hand, by the way.
I do,
we'll ask
I do.
for one.
Yes.
Now, we talked about this. You said that when people walk into banks, they give you a particular kind of sucker, and you have a different one there. Tell us about that.
We think you're wise to choose your lollipop appropriately, and so rather than pick one that may not be in your best interest, we have them pick Smarties.
Gotcha.
Like a dum-dum, for example.
Instead of dum-dum.
Yeah, right.
Just for example.
So it all starts with expectations, right? Tell us about that.
Well, it does. Once you know how money works, then you need access to a strategy. You need access to a financial professional that can help you to navigate the times and make things work for you.
And so how's the book broken down? What's the content here as it goes through, and then by the end of reading it, you're a financial genius?
Well, maybe not a financial genius, but you have the ability, the potential to be financially independent at some point, to take care of things so you don't have to worry about it, so you don't have to be thinking, what should I do? So it's based on these 7 money milestones, and it's just the basics of personal finance. And once they read the book, they really would never have to read another financial book for the average person.
Really? So,
Yes.
okay, now one big thing is knowing the difference between logic and emotions. How does that tie into money?
Well, in our case, we took just from the very beginning, the average financial book is about this thick, and it's heavy, and it reads like a textbook. So ours is not. We boiled all that information down, just 120 pages the absolute that you have to know. And then you match that up with a plan, and away you go.
I've already looked through it, folks, and there's pictures in it, so I love it. But you had some diagrams in there just kind of helping people out. What would you say, just, something to help people, the biggest pitfalls people face?
Well, I think that they get emotion and logic kind of confused. So we say, use emotion to motivate yourself. Use logic to steer your motivation, and don't mix the two, especially with money. Don't become emotional about money. Use logic to steer your strategy, but use emotion to say, wow, wouldn't it be great to have that new car, or that new home, or a college degree for my son or daughter, and that they don't have to pay back, or whatever the dream is. So use emotion to dream, but logic to steer.
Yeah. All right, so really quickly, you each have kind of a unique background, and that was kind of the fuse that created this book. What is that?
Well, I've been in the financial industry for 38 years, and Steve, of course, has been one of the great studiers of successful people. He's interviewed 1,300 self-made millionaires in his career.
Wow.
So those two things came together.
Just this morning.
Yes. Yes.
Busy man.
Yes.
All right, where can people get the book?
Amazon.com is probably the easiest place.
Super easy.
All
Appreciate
right.
it, guys.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
I'm
you.
definitely going to chat with you guys after the show, and you guys can catch this again on our website at firstcoastliving.net.
They're not going to pay your student debt.
It's worth a try, Curtis. Don't kill my dreams. The weekend is almost here, and if you made plans